Hey, welcome back to Eepa's Kitchen. We're doing a nighttime shoot tonight. Derek was busy doing his night off podcast, so he just got over here. So we're going to shoot a quick dinner, and we're going to have a little bit of wine, and we're going to have some, a quick bite to eat, and we'll send you guys on your way. So tonight what we're doing is an Alfredo, which is real quick. It's real simple and incredibly delicious. We're using 2 cups of whipping cream. We've got 3 cups of freshly grated Parmesan cheese, and I always recommend to grate your own. There's nothing really wrong with the pre-grated stuff, but they have additives to it so it doesn't stick. This is pure cheese, so I really recommend doing that. There's 6 tablespoons of butter, 4 cloves of garlic, a little salt and pepper, and we've got a pound, which is a full box of pasta, and we're using the shells. And I like the shells for this because it's such a creamy sauce. It's almost like an adult mac and cheese. We also have about 3 cups of fresh broccoli that I have behind me that we're going to steam to add to this. Also, we've got a couple of chicken breasts that are out on the grill. We're going to slice and put that over the top so they add a little protein. That way it's nice. You get people that like the proteins, people that don't. You can kind of separate it. You don't have it all mixed in. So we're going to get going on that. As soon as Derek's ready to go, we're going to move over to the stove and we'll get things started. Okay, outside of a little bit of prep time, this whole thing takes about 10 minutes to cook. So we've got our water for our pasta already boiling. I've got the water for the broccoli to steam it already boiling. I just turned the pan on for the Alfredo sauce. We're going to get that going. It's just warmed up a little bit. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add 6 tablespoons of butter, not 2. And we're going to get that melting. We're going to cook the butter and the heavy cream together to a simmer. It takes about 5 minutes to get it simmering. And then once we get that simmering, we're going to add our garlic. We'll get that mixed in. Once that's mixed in, we'll slowly add the cheese, and that's it. I mean, it's really, really simple. So the grating the cheese is the thing that took the longest today. So as soon as that butter starts to melt, I'm going to go ahead and pour the pasta in. Pasta takes about 8 minutes, and then we'll get the broccoli on. So hopefully everything kind of finishes at the same time. We're not waiting on it. All right, so our butter's melted. We're going to go ahead and add the 2 cups of heavy cream. That's going to start its process. While that happens, I'm going to go ahead and pour in our pasta. Get that going. And get our broccoli. Got some nice florets all cut up. I'm going to go ahead and get that steaming. All right. So now with the sauce, we're just going to whisk it occasionally, just to get everything mixed up, and then we're going to watch it. We want it just to get to a nice little simmer and have it do that for about 5 minutes. So it'll probably take a minute or 2 just to get it simmering, and then once that does its thing, boom, boom goes the garlic. Then we'll go ahead and we'll add our cheese, and the cheese will add nice and slow so it doesn't clump up. I'm really hungry, so I can't wait to eat this. So we'll get this going. All right, so we've got our simmering going on here. It's been going for a little bit. It's actually starting to come up to a little bit of a boil. So we're going to go ahead. I cut the flame back a little bit, give it a quick mix. Go ahead and add our garlic. And then you can adjust your garlic. I think the original recipe that this was called for 8 cloves, which was way too much for me. I love garlic, but 8 was way too much. So I cut it back to 4. All right, so we're gonna let that go for about a minute. And we'll go ahead and add our cheese. All right, so we're gonna slowly start adding our cheese. So there's 3 cups here, so think about doing it in thirds. Make sure it gets in there and dissolves. You just don't want a big clump going in at once, making it harder on you. And the original recipe I have for this, everything is half. So I doubled this recipe just because we like a lot of sauce. And generally a pound of pasta, we're gonna have leftovers. And I like that extra in there, so it's not dry the next day. And it's real creamy the first night too, especially if you eat it all up. cheese in there. It's nice and creamy. I'll go ahead and check the pasta. Oh, we're good to go. How's that for timing? All right, so the chicken's done. All grilled up, ready to go. We're gonna bring that in and we'll get going from here. All right, so drained our pasta, add it to our bowl here. Go ahead and pour some of our sauce over the top. It's nice because that pasta's cooked a little al dente, so the sauce will absorb into it. Get it all mixed in, give you a little extra flavor in each bite. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pour our broccoli in. I like having the broccoli because it really adds a nice color, and management really likes the flavor. So it kind of breaks up just that plain white pasta. And I have a good friend who is an excellent cook. And when we get together, which is pretty regularly, she always has to have green on the table. So this accomplishes that for when I cook for her. Get our chicken breasts over here that we took off the grill just a second ago. We're gonna plate this up, portion a little chicken on it for Derek and I. And then when management comes down, she can't have hers without. Alright, so we're just going to set that to the side. We did a little bit of salt and pepper on each one of these. Just put it on the grill outside. I pounded them out a little bit so that we had a nice coverage for each bowl. And you weren't having these big thick chunks in your mouth. Oops. Go ahead and portion some up. We're going to add a little bit of cracked black pepper. Don't judge me for my 1980s peppermint. It works. And just a smidge of salt. All right. Add our chicken across the top. And then a little fresh grated parmesan. You can't go wrong with a little extra. And the last thing, slide that up. It's a nice chunk of bread. I'm a big fan of the ends, but not everybody likes the ends. There we go. Ready to eat. All right, so my favorite white Italian wine is an Orvieto Classico, and for some reason I can't seem to find it anymore around here. So we found this other one. It's from New Zealand, M-O-H-U-A. You go ahead and pronounce it how you want. It's a Sauvignon Blanc. I like it. It pairs real well with the lighter pastas. So we're gonna have a little bit of this tonight. Not a lot. It's late. Derek's tired. He needs to go home still. He's been working all day. But I can't send him away without food and wine, so we're gonna do that. Cheers. All right, we're gonna give it a shot. Hang out. Ooh, nice and crisp. Ooh, sauce turned out good. Creamy. I don't think it's over garlicky. I don't know about you.
No, it's not over garlicky at all. It's like the right amount, actually.
Yeah, I made this a couple times and made adjustments each time I made it. I like the char on the chicken with the sauce.
That little bit of salt, a little bit of cracked pepper really adds to the sauce at the end.
He used to cook it with the chicken inside, you know, put it in like half done, raw, like we've done before in other recipes.
Yeah.
And started putting it on the top. Changes the whole complexity, changes the flavor. You can cook it inside if you want. Works out well for our family because again, management is really big on just the veggies and the pasta. I like the proteins, so we kind of mix it that way. This works good for everybody. And the wine, did you give it a try yet?
Not yet.
Nice job today.
Nice job.
Nice and crispy. That's why I like it with these dishes.
Yeah, that's perfect for it.
It's light. I do miss that Orvieto Classico that I can't find.
This has a nice crispness to it that
Christmas
as well. Nice crispness.
Christmas. So, this was probably the quickest, simplest, easiest recipe we've done. And it's got great flavor. You can do this any day of the week for one person. Just cut the recipe down. A couple of people. We're going to have some leftovers. I like it the next day. But like I've talked to you guys before, if you want to have fun with your recipes, you don't want to do it just like I did. I don't ever make the recipes just like I've seen them. I always think there might be a better way or a different way or a way that I like it better. So take our recipes, tear them apart, put them back together, add your stuff, let us know what you did. Because I like to know when you've done that. What was your idea? Because I'm going to try it. I probably will. And maybe I'll think of some other way that I want to change it for my own again. But if there's anything you like today, remember, we don't want to hear what you didn't like. Only the great things that you did like, because like we've talked about, thin skin, we don't like that negative stuff. But please, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. We're at 106 subscribers, so thank you. We cracked that century mark. We want to get up to 200 as soon as we can, just to see, just for fun. But and we can't do it without you guys. So please, keep checking in on us. We'll be back next week. Hope you like this. And from Eepa's Kitchen, we'll see you next week.
This is delicious.
There you go.